on science field should have some scans going. The Lurker's going to get spotted now. 3 Lurkers just standing outside there. And ForGG, he could... Oh, man, that looks... 1 Bordeaux say what's happening? 5 Lurkers now, and he's just going to continue burrowing outside. He's going to try to inch in a little bit closer. Marines just going to stim up and get a few shots off. But ForGG, if he tries to go for this, try to defend this, fight this, contain back with just his medic Marines, he's going to lose a lot of forces and probably not even going to pick off all the Lurkers. Even if he gets a nice scan off, he's going to find himself in a lot of trouble. So meanwhile, Hero going for a nice, very quick hive build. Does look like he's going to try to support those Lurkers with Defilers, and Spire looks like he's just going to be used for Scourge, because fake out from Hero, a lot of resources being used for this. A lot of resources, because if this doesn't pay off, and ForGG just being allowed to play his standard play despite some delays, then Hero's going to be in a lot of trouble. ForGG has some siege tanks out there to help him against those Lurkers. Now you're going to try to siege against them, try to force them back a little bit. Might be to try to get some siege shots off and hope that you get a nice shot. So a lot of Lurkers being forced on bird, kind of just move out and stim your Marines and try to get a few more shots off to pick those off. Defiler mount on the way. So here we're going to go for some interesting stuff. Really, really interesting stuff when it goes for... Yeah, Spire just is for Scourge, going to be so critical to try to catch the initial Science Vessel. Because if we manage to catch the that initial Science Vessel, that's going to be a lot of trouble right there for GG. Of course, the Science Vessel is so necessary for spotting the Lurkers and irradiating those Defilers when they come into play. If you irradiate the Lurkers sometimes a little bit too, but not as important. Scan goes, or actually didn't see a scan. Lurker's just going to unburrow, try to run 3, going to get stuck across the bridge, ripped to pieces. That was kind of bad luck there for Hero. Pulled back smartly, but still looking like he's in a lot of trouble. But he might still win this entire thing. He might get back in it if he utilizes Defiler as well. Because ForGG is working strong now. Going to be working on 2-1 upgrades. Going to be working on a nice Medic Marine army, which he hasn't really taken many losses from. Has 3 tanks, Science Vessel, and Medic Marines. Going to start pushing across the map towards that upper right hand. Might even go for the lower right hand, but honestly, just upper right hand, so much more in an open position. Lower right hand, a little bit more vulnerable. But I do believe just go for the natural, more of a smart decision. The Lurkers just kind of milling across the map. Kind of force ForGG actually just to follow those a little bit. Might just want to continue focusing on that natural expo. A lot of defenses there. A lot of layered defense set up by Hero. Kind of Lurkers and Zerglings at the front. Sunken behind that. More Lurkers on the way behind that. More Sunkens behind that. Going to be Dark Swarm. So really going to be a very difficult position for ForGG to push. Just going to try to attack us across the bridge to start off. But really, really tough position for him to push because those Defilers soon consume should be ready right now. So Sichan going to try to do something. Lurk is going to come in from the front. Oh, Dark Swarm going to come off. ForGG going to manage to unsiege just in time, I think, to save his tanks. Not all of them. One of them at half health and one of them dead. Kablam. But ForGG going to be forced back. Lower in position, would have been more vulnerable, but would have left his own base a lot more vulnerable. So he's forcing ForGG back. Hero back, but Hero meanwhile is going to try to pick up additional base. Marie just going to stim in and run right past those Lurkers. Don't shoot the Lurkers. Right there, killing the Defiler and losing some of his forces across the middle here, but just going to focus his entire army now at this whole right hand. Spawning is a lot more vulnerable. These Marines should die soon enough to these Zerglings. Actually, killing a lot of those Zerglings before they finally die. But now Medic Marines coming in from the left side. No siege tank support. Zerglings are going to run across, try to kill as much as they can alongside those Lurkers. ForGG losing a few too many forces there. Dark Swarm going to come off. A couple of tanks should actually help against that. Rady going to go against the second Defiler. Hopefully pick that off for him. ForGG just now working on his 3rd at the 12 o'clock position. And is facing the possibility of a Zerg player on 4 bases and 4 gas. So he has to make sure he can deny that natural. Maybe even go up to that main. Ultralisk. Whoa. Very quick Ultra Cavern. Very quick Ultralisk Cavern. ForGG while adding his 6th Rax, I believe that was. Just getting that Medic Marine number as high as humanly possible. And getting those upgrades as high as humanly possible. And a couple of SCVs are actually killing a turret. Most likely for optimal barracks placement. Needed that turret earlier for defense, but now he doesn't need it. 2-1 upgrade, so that renders the 1 Carapace not nearly as useful. But is also sieging against that position. There's still a Defiler there to get some Dark Swarms off, and Orc is coming in close, but Green's not taking too much fire, but yeah, trying to kind of attack, but be forced to fight back, flee back, I'm sorry. ForGG not in the best of positions. Here doing a great job, absolutely great job of defending here, I gotta say. Holding back with nothing but Defilers, very early Defiler play, really coming here to save him, but he knows he's kind of fighting a little bit crazy. This is a very crazy play. 4 base, very quick 4 base, very quick teching, very quick hive. Few lurkers gonna get caught in the mirror here. Firebats flying in here. What, Zerglings? We're not afraid of no Zerglings. There are Firebats in StarCraft 2, and they're awesome. They don't have stim, but they're awesome. One play gonna go off, hit a few Marines and a Science Vessel. Not the best of plagues. Marines gonna kill a lot of those Zerglings before they come in close. Tanks yet again gonna be forced to unsiege, run back. And 2 of them going to go down. Ouch. And ForGG's push here at the lower right hand, upper right hand not working, lower right hand not working. The longer he waits, the stronger Hero's economy becomes, and the worse Hero's eventual revenge will be. And ForGG has to go and do something now. Has a couple of drop ships, which a lot of Scourge are just waiting around to kill. But if he manages to get a nice drop-off, he's going to be in it. But with those Scourge, I don't think it's going to be possible. If you lose both of his dropships, that could be just GG right there. Maybe not quite, but he's in that bad a position. He's lost a lot of forces trying to push out, try to do a little bit of damage. Doesn't look like the Scourge. He's not start dropping until the Scourge get you. Manage to do a decent drop before the Scourge get it. But meanwhile, now here we're going to go finally for a minimal attack here at that 12. Lurkers and Marines. A bunch of Ultras with the Carapace 3, so Ultra Armor upgrade working. ForGG going to try to attack that main in there. Not too much to defend aside from those Ultras and the Sunken Colony, so might do some damage to the Lurkers in there, Zerglings in there as well, I'm sorry. Ripping through those Ultras though, but being denied his Holocron position, his 3rd base, being forced to lift off. Finally, Science was coming into play as well, but I'm not sure. He's trying to desperately hold his Lurkers back. Meanwhile, now lost all of his forces outside that lower right hand natural, and all the forces dropped inside that main at the lower right hand. 1 lurker there at the natural at the lower right hand with freaking 11 kills, just huge puddles of medic marines. Lurkers out there despite irradiation, just ripping everything to pieces. Tanks also not going to be able to save him, and finally Hero has the economy that's just going to be able to constantly push a massive army at ForGG, and ForGG will have no choice but to GG any second now, because the position he's in at this point can't really come back from a 4-base Zerg that's just that can just mass troops constantly, because you're on 2 bases, you just do not have the economy support. He has still those dropships out there. Now Scourge going to come in play, and yeah, GG from ForGG. Still 1 more set to play, so he still has a way to get back into this, but Hero making this interesting. Both players getting that, ForGG going for that motor oil. Meanwhile, Hero going for his Zerg-powered juice made of innards or something. I don't know. Anyway, GG guys, Ranch listening. 3rd set, well, pretty much now. Just now.